Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to another weekly reading with me, Amethyst. And today I wanted to just kind of vibe again, just see what the cards have to tell us. This is just a very laid back kind of reading. It's kind of like as if you guys were on the opposite side of a live call and we were just hanging out, chilling. This is how I would read from my friends, and that's how I want to read for you. Keep saying you guys, but that's not very inclusive, and I don't know what you souls, all the lovely souls on the other side of my camera. I hope you guys are all doing well. Last week was the first week where I did this style of reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyways, let's just see. I don't have a theme or anything to talk about this week. We are still going with the theme of making time for me. That has been a huge thing for me this week. I really feel like I've actually made progress on it. I've actually been taking the time to do it. You know, just little things here and there. Even like I've been listening to audiobooks while I've been doing the dishes and stuff like that. Just little things like that, just allowing me to slow down. And I love books, so being able to read while doing the dishes is very exciting for me. So anyways, we are starting off with the Page of Bows with the stoat, I think is how you say this little animal. The stoat. And this is about just being inspired to go through and find new ideas and new motivations. And there is a waterfall in the back of this card, and it is just drawing my attention. Like, I just want to go and see what this waterfall has to offer, right? Like, what does it look like at the bottom of it? Is there lots of rocks? Is it a big current? Is it or does it kind of just start off really heavy and then kind of trickle in different directions down a mountain? Like, where is this waterfall going? Where is this water going? Really has my curiosity, which I feel like this little guy is very curious. So perhaps this week is about following your curiosity and following those little things that happen that capture your interest, capture your imagination. It's like, I want to learn more about this, which is funny because with the reading, I've been, I like to read like actual books whole for fiction books, but the audiobooks, I've been loving reading new things. So I'm currently reading about Victorian secrets, and it's so fascinating just finding out new little tidbits of information, and then where that can lead you, right? We're always going down new paths if we allow ourselves to, right? It's about following that curiosity and seeing where it might lead you, what kind of knowledge it might lead you to, or what kind of adventures it might lead you to. If you're too afraid to follow that curiosity, then you will never know the Nine of Stones, which is tradition. If you are so stuck in your ways and always follow the traditions that have been set for you, you will never be able to create traditions of your own. You will never be able to create traditions and experiences that really align with who you are. We have the Queen here, the Queen of Vessels, the salmon going up the stream, up that waterfall. So I was like, where does that waterfall go? But no, this Queen of Vessels is like, let's figure out where it started. Let's go back in time. Let's find the history. Let's find where this started. It could even be about going back within yourself and finding out where that path passion. Like, what are you passionate about? Let me know down in the comments. What is a passion that you have? Perhaps it's art. Perhaps it's reading. Perhaps it's, I don't know, karate. Perhaps it's, I don't know, whatever. It could be anything. It could be, you know, learning about bugs. It could be farming. It could be whatever. What is your passion? What is it that you're curious about? And where did that begin? Go back in your own history and really sit with yourself and think, when did my love of this, or when did my curiosity of this begin? Because sometimes that's the spark we need to bring ourselves back into that heightened state of curiosity. Sometimes it's going back to the, why did this even intrigue me in the first place? Like, this is interesting. We have the otter. We had the otter last week too. Playful. This very playful energy is carrying over. And I feel like this week we've gone from allowing ourselves to be playful, because I felt last week it was just, we were all kind of feeling stuck and stagnant, overwhelmed, and needing to make time to allow ourselves to play. But now I feel like you're getting into the groove and allowing yourself, perhaps you have made time for you, and now you're getting into more of allowing this curiosity to come out and to really follow that and to have fun with that. And ooh, that was loud. I feel like we can move forward with this, really embracing and have fun with this. And sometimes the best way to be able to inspire ourselves is to connect with our why. Like, why do you like doing what you like doing? Why do you have fun with this? And there's no right or wrong answer. You know, even if it's, you know, just playing video games or playing board games or card games or reading cards. Why did you start doing that? What was it that sparked an interest in you in that thing? And if you can reconnect with that, sometimes it will really allow you to connect back with that source energy of, you know, just, you know, when you find something new in your life, whether it is a new interest, a new person, a new romance, and it's just, you kind of feel like you're just overwhelmed in a very positive way with that energy, with that excitement, with that curiosity, right? Like, it's just like it bubbles up inside you. You've got to learn more, you've got to experience more, you've got to just have more of it in your life. I feel like when you can connect back with that initial feeling of how you fell in love with a certain topic, then when you're feeling like you're out of sorts and disconnected from that, you know, just taking time to really think, like, why did I like this? It'll help to bring back that spark, that interest. And I feel maybe that's why the salmon is going back to the beginning, back to where she was born in order to spawn, create new ideas by going back to the beginning, back where the inspiration and the motivation first came. Whether this is physically going back to a certain place for you, or just going back in your mind to a time, a place, a feeling. I've pulled out my messages from from your animal spirit guides. It's the name of the deck, right? Messages from your animal spirit guides. And I just want to get some messages to help us progress and move forward. In life, it's all about progress, right? It's about moving forward. It's not about looking back and feeling stagnant and holding on to what could have been, because I mean, what could have been could still be, But if we exist in this place of lack and stagnation and just being back in time and not wanting to move forward to see if it's ever going to happen, then what's the point of wanting something? So, we have the platypus. There's been a lot of things with platypuses. What's the plural of platypus? I don't know. If you know, let me know. I'll probably look it up before I publish this video. If I do, I'll put it on the screen. Platypus, platypi, I don't know. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. Stop complaining about what hasn't happened, because just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean it won't happen. Just because something went wrong doesn't mean something right can't happen. Stop complaining. Focus on the blessings in your life. And now, I talked about this last week too, was focusing too much on toxic positivity is never a good thing. Like, there are negative things that happen. But when you keep dwelling on something, when complaining goes beyond just getting it off your chest, because sometimes, I mean, we're humans, we experience human emotions. Sometimes we have to say that we're angry. Sometimes we have to say that we're sad, that we had a bad day. And complaining about that and getting it off of our chest and helping us work through those emotions by vocalizing them and verbalizing them and putting it into words, sometimes that helps us process it, right? But when we keep dwelling on it and we keep complaining about something that, say, happened 5 years ago, we're holding on to what happened 5 years ago and we're not moving forward. So when is the time to let go of what has happened, and when is it just processing? Such a common word that I've been using so much recently. It's just processing what has happened. Sometimes you need to work through your emotions to be able to understand your emotions. And I feel like that is just such a huge part of this human experience, is just understanding the emotions that we all experience. So we have the camel. And the camel says, trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. And then you also have the emu, which says, this is a good time to go on a new adventure. Which I think is a perfect way to end this reading, because that's where we started it. Going on a new adventure, right? We had this little guy. We were going to go see what that waterfall was all about. So what is your waterfall? What are you feeling drawn to? Where do you want to go? Make sure you take time to allow yourself to investigate that waterfall. Whatever it is, right? And sometimes waterfalls are just little trickles. You know, when we're driving through the mountains, I live in the mountains, by the way. Well, technically I live in the foothills of the mountains. But when I'm driving through the mountains, sometimes just off the side of the road, there's just a little break in the mountain and you see this little tiny trickle of water. And that's as valid as a waterfall as Victoria Falls, right? I used to actually live right by Niagara Falls. Very impressive, very beautiful. But definitely not the biggest and most grandest waterfall in the world. It was just, when it was labeled one of the 7 wonders of the world, it was one of the most magnificent that had been discovered at that time. And it just goes to show you that whether it is a little trickle alongside a mountain road, or whether it is a gigantic waterfall, it is all in the eye of the beholder. It's all in you to place the importance and value in your life. If you are looking for water and you're on the side of a mountain and you see this little stream, that could be a life-saving opportunity, right? And sometimes those little things can make such a big difference. But sometimes you have to slow down and really observe the world around you, the situations around you, to be able to see those little waterfalls. If you're driving down the highway at 120 speeding, you might not even notice those little things along the road. Now, I'm not saying, drive down the highway at 20 looking at everything. That's not safe either. But you know what I mean. It's about being observant to what captures your attention and what you find interesting to you. Because what you find interesting may not be what someone else finds interesting, but that doesn't make it any less valuable, doesn't make it any less interesting, doesn't make it anything except for what it is. And what it is what you make of it. So go find your waterfall, go pursue your interest, and enjoy doing it. Take that time and allow yourself to do that. Okay? So that is your reading for this week. I hope you enjoyed this format. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button and hit the subscribe button too. I think I'm supposed to remind you guys to do that, but it's right there, right? Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye.